we came back together to give you guys another video, another episode. So today we're going to talk about why you guys' favorite YouTube couples have not been working out and are basically showing up, their issues are showing on social media. So first off, Mom, the first thing that I talking to you, I got out of it, there's a lot of individual growth that they kind of overlook because of the camera. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Because I feel like that's one of the key parts of why the relationships are having issues, is because they're not growing as a person.
I agree with you, but the reason why they're not growing as a person, for number one, they're too young. They start out seem like most of them start out in high school. In high school, you still pretty much you're very, very young. Mm-hmm. And so you come together as boyfriend and girlfriends. Really, you don't know much about life.
Yeah.
You just starting out. And you really don't know much about dating. You just giving this boyfriend, girlfriend thing a try.
Yeah.
And so they're too young. Basically, when they get together, they're too young.
Yeah.
And they don't know. So when they come and develop this YouTube, hey, let's do a YouTube. This is my boyfriend. This is my girlfriend. And they have fun with it. But before you know it, time is passing. Mm-hmm. And growing is supposed to take place, but it's not taking place.
Yeah, that's the thing about growth, especially because especially with talking to you over the years of me going through high school, and with talking and with seeing things, I noticed even in my growth spurts, after high school I had a moment where I had to grow. Mm-hmm. Into college, and then after college there's a moment that I had to, over the past year I had to grow into being an adult and womanhood and stuff like that. Yeah. So there's different stages. Mm-hmm. of growth, right? Yes. So it's you may be dating somebody in high school, but the person that you're dating may be completely different in college, and maybe even more completely different when they become a full-blown adult.
Yes, because we created to grow.
Yeah.
We're not created to stay the same. So in the process of them together so long, or together because of something, it's almost like they stunt their growth. But your body and the maturity of is yelling to grow. It want to grow. That's why a lot of people say don't get in such serious relationships so early. Mm-hmm. Because you need that time in that space. It's not that you can have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but watch that seriousness, because in the midst of that, you have to grow. And I have more to say, but we'll stop right there on that one. Okay.
Okay, so another point that I wanted to point out is YouTube is a business, right? Mm-hmm. It's an entertainment business, basically. Mm-hmm. And relationships are personal. Now, this is how I feel. Mm-hmm. Relationships are personal, right? And in business, there are a lot of sacrifices to be made, mm-hmm. right? And when you're putting your relationship as the business, say Dearra and Ken, there's a lot of things in your relationship that you have to sacrifice, mm-hmm. in order to have your relationship work. And I think that's one of the issues also, because there's a lot of sacrifices that have to be made. I was watching the Nique and King documentary, mm-hmm. and one of the things he said is that him and Nique had to sacrifice a lot of things in order for this YouTube to work. And I think that's why personal and business don't really work. Mm-hmm. Make it work out, mm-hmm. especially when your relationship is a business. Yes. Because those sacrifices that you have to give up is probably most likely vital keys to your relationship. So that's another point I think that it went wrong. They didn't maybe know how to draw the line of where personal and business stop. Mm-hmm. Maybe business became so important that the personal side of their relationship didn't really work out. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the things that we can say that YouTuber couples, because now everybody want to be a YouTube couple. It's coming out of nowhere. Everybody just starting YouTube, and that's no shade, but I just think they don't when they start this thing, they look at the money and stuff like that. But they don't see how much sacrifices, and you have to be really, really, to even do YouTube, you have to be really, what's that called? Like steadfast. You have to be really
mature.
Solid. Yeah, mature.
That's the word,
solid.
mature.
And a lot of people don't haven't reached that part. I think you need to have that understanding before you start YouTube as a couple.
But like you was explaining, all of this right now and this so far is leading back to growth. Mm-hmm. Really, what they're saying is let's put growth on hold. Mm-hmm. That's the sacrifice. Because when challenges come up, they gotta put it to the side. Mm-hmm. We gotta play this thing right so we could continue to make the money. So whatever gonna cause us to keep these views coming and make the money, if it's like we're happy all the time, that's what people want to see, we're gonna be happy. Mm-hmm. We don't really have time to sit back and fix a problem. If we have a problem, we don't have time to fix that right now. So let's argue a little bit behind the scene. Let's do this, but we got to get the film because we got to have something like every day, maybe 3 times, 4 times a week. So they don't have time to take care of the problem. They don't have time to mature. Yeah. Because in a relationship, you have to mature because so much come in that relationship. Because don't forget, you both are growing. Mm-hmm. So you have to find that for number one, is this the person I want to grow with? Because in growth come pain. Yeah. So that's up until now. It's
all about growth.
Yes. That's it. Yeah.
So it stems from the last thing about relationships and business. Now, you have said this a lot. Like you have asked me, even with the Dearra and Ken situation, you have said like, if they didn't have YouTube, will they even still be together? Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's the question that when I bring up YouTube couples, you know what I mean? That's the question that you ask me a lot, and we talk a lot, and we say that a lot of these relationships are only held together by YouTube. Mm-hmm. And if there was no YouTube, if they were to end YouTube today, like will they still be together? Mm-hmm. And based on our discussions, like we see that a lot of relationships are held together by YouTube. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things are pushed to the side. Like a relationship is stalled for views and for a relationship. To get subscribers, to get this whole thing going where they're still a happy family. You know what I mean? And so that I just feel like based on our discussions, we've said that, a lot of these relationships could possibly be held together just by YouTube.
Oh, that's most of them. Because they're young. Mm-hmm. There's most of it. And these days, dating is totally different when I was in school dating. It's totally different. Everything is social media. So I know without a doubt, these relationships would not last if it wasn't for YouTube and money. Mm-hmm. And that's what's so sad about it, because sooner or later, it shows itself. Mm-hmm. These men get tired. They better stop me when you're not ready for me to go there. No, because after a while you just they're forced. They like don't get me wrong. I can't put it all on the females. Mm-hmm. The guys like the money of YouTube too. But I tell you what, I don't feel that they like. Where they have to pretend before the cameras. Guys don't too much care about that. Mm-mm. Girls can somewhat do that. Yeah. I just happen to be not a female that could do that. Yeah. But some girls, because we want to show that, oh, he loved me so much. Yeah. And, we have the best relationship. Females, they can put on the front. And the men, they cheese and smile through it. But after a while...
But you can read them easier.
And after a while...
They poke out.
Yeah, but we'll hold back.
Okay. But it's just like, also, I have the next one. I put down, real relationships are hard. Mm-hmm. And they're not easy at all. And I'm not talking about the cheating or the complications that we as boyfriend and girlfriend make for ourselves. I'm just talking about the overall having a relationship with somebody and trying to become one with somebody, because that's the ultimate goal of a relationship. I know they don't put this on social media. They put this cute picture that, you know, a relationship is supposed to be cute and cuddly and stuff like that, but a relationship is not supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to look up at a relationship, you guys, and be like, oh, they're so adorable, like these are my goals, like they're the perfect family and stuff like that. Our relationship goal should be a relationship that has, you know, has its issues but still working it out. And I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about all the, you know, complications that we in a relationship make for ourselves. I'm talking about the overall, like, we can get through arguments, we can get through different, you know, things that we don't like. Disagreements. And it's just like, that's what we should be looking at. But a lot of these YouTube couples, they paint this cute perfect and cuddly
and life is not
picture of this perfect family and this perfect child, and get the house and making money, and we're so cute and lovey-dovey that, like you said, you know, when things blow up, people be so surprised because we just thought, you know, it was this cute and cuddly thing. That's why they be so disappointed in their favorite couples, because, you know, they thought they were doing so well. But a relationship is not like that. I think, especially when me and you, we watch YouTube and we see couples, we find couples that maybe, you know, you can see where they kind of bump heads, but yet still they know they're bumping heads, but yet they still keep going. Like, you can learn from couples like that. These YouTube couples, you can't really learn from them like that.
They don't show you.
Because they don't show you everything. They don't show you, you know, when he gets on your nerves. They don't show you, you know, the little moments that, you know, where little attitudes can get in. They don't really show you that. Yes, they can show you sometimes, but they don't show you to the extent that you need in order to
help you. Okay, like how can I learn from this?
Yeah.
It's not that way. And then a lot of these people even watching this and falling for it. It's okay to watch it and enjoy it, but it becomes a fairy tale for them. Yeah. Because when something happened bad or negative, they get so serious about this. They be team this person, team that person, but they don't realize these are human. Yeah. And even though they give you all perfect, which is not right, but that's what they're choosing to do. Give you all perfect. You know in your heart, your eyes should be open enough to know that it can't be that perfect. Yeah. You know, everybody have issues because you're dealing with two different people. Come from two different households, two different set of rules. So, I don't know, it should be a lot of these YouTubers, especially young ones. They get these young, you know, girls who have no idea about real, like, relationships. And I'll be the first to tell you that I was one of those girls, and I would have been one of those girls. But my mom, she always kept it real with me. Like, I could never live in a fairy tale. Like, even when I was like stupid, I would play stupid. You know what I mean? And because my mom she would always keep it real. She would always get straight to the point. She would always, every time I come floating on a cloud, oh mom, one day, she just shoot it out the air, and I would fall right back to reality. She would not play. Like, she kept it real about relationships. She, like, my whole, like, life, my mom have kept it real about relationships, to the point where when I get in a serious relationship, and when I find out someone that's for me, like someone comes into my life that's for me, I'll know how to deal with it, and I'll know that it's not you expect that it's not. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know
expect that it's not, but you hoping that your days be more good days than bad arguments, like, and all that.
Yeah, I'll know that there's going to be some things that I don't like about this person, and he's going to have some things that he don't like about me. And then, but it's things that I could live with, you know what I mean? Things where it doesn't disrespect me, it just annoys me. And I know that walking up to this perfect person, like, we're not going to be perfect. We're just going to be us.
Yes.
And that has nothing to do with cheating or anything like that, because that's just a no-no.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's just to the point of trying to become one with this person, because that is my goal. When I find a guy and he comes into my life as my boyfriend, I'm no longer looking for a cute and cuddly boyfriend. I'm no longer looking for somebody I could post like cute pictures with. I'm looking for somebody that I could build a life with, and I can get to the point of a relationship, and that's to become one. So like, thank you, Mom, for always shooting my dreams out the sky. The last thing, okay, the last point that I wanted to talk to you about, Mom. Why I think that this pertains to it. I feel that a lot of these guys are not ready for this type of relationship, like serious relationships. They're not ready for marriage, a lot of them. I'm not just talking about these 3 couples, I'm talking about multiple couples that you see on YouTube. If they're not married already, especially when they're super young, like I am, or younger, because there's people that are younger that has been on this YouTube thing. A lot of them aren't ready for this type of, I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm talking about the family dynamic, right? So my point is, Mom, it's like a lot of these boys, it's fine when they're dating, but when they turn into a family, when they start to have children and stuff like that, it's like they glitch or something. And I really don't think that a lot of them are ready for marriage or such a big commitment. Yes, they have children, but it doesn't take much to have children. It just takes...
No, don't take nothing at all.
You know, it doesn't take much. There's a lot of people who have probably been through that situation when they look back and you just said, nothing really happened, but I still got pregnant. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take much to get pregnant, and it doesn't take much thought and commitment to have a baby. So you can't say that just because this person had a baby with them that they were ready for a family. No, that's not it. Because sometimes they could just be shooting and not expecting to score. You know what I mean?
You know I did. We're not started.
I'm just saying.
No, but I know because
they're shooting just for fun, and then they don't expect that. You know what I mean? They just don't
make a goal.
Yeah, they don't expect it. It's just the fun of shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just that's what I think. I just think that again, these couples are not ready for this level of commitment that they ask that each other to be on. I mean, the men. Now the girls, they're fine with it, because we girls, we want to be a housewife, we want to have a husband. We dream about that. Most girls dream about that.
They love they get to play, they get to act the part.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be really living the part. So it's all acting for them. Because like I said, it's growth. And after a while, they can't contain that growth, and they can't. Because if you think about it, this is why I say I recommend girls don't get serious so fast. Like I always tell my children, my girls, you experiment to guys. Just an experiment to them until they become a certain age. And what happens is when they start so young with YouTube, when you start young anyway with in relationships, and they get serious so quick. And the reason why I get serious so quick, because sex get involved.
Yeah.
That's why we as females can't just go and give them everything. Because we're more heartfelt. They're not. They feel as they go. Then after that feeling is gone, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's all because they start so early and so young. The guys go along to get along because they enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
They getting everything that they want. And more. And the girls, we are sort of like brought up that way. And we feel we just give them because they know mama give daddy, so they come and they giving their boyfriend.
Yeah.
And they're still young. It's like they're, what I say? Growth.
Yeah.
They're not having a chance to grow. So the boys are not growing. So they go along, to get along. Then all of a sudden one day,
They just click off.
That glitch.
Yeah.
You're talking about that glitch.
I think they get to the point where they feel like this is
I'm getting
where
old and I'm finna miss out.
Yeah, I feel like they have this emptiness inside of them that feels like,
because they know they didn't feel it.
Like this is not that this is not what I want, but it's just not what I want right now. Right now I want to grow, and it seems like I don't have the space to grow because I'm a family man.
Yeah.